I would be remiss if I didn't point out to the benches opposite that this is an issue that I have talked about quite a lot, but not in the context of county lines and gangs, but in the context of the Met Police. And I didn't even realise that there was not a statutory definition. So I very much welcome this, because in the definition it talks about another person who manipulates, blah, and of course the Met Police do manipulate children. We're assured constantly that it's a very small number, but it happens, and it happens apparently lawfully because the government has not actually stopped it happening. So the government are complicit in a crime. So I can see that it's very unlikely, sadly, for the Noble Lord Rosser, who's brought a very good amendment, that it will be passed. Because obviously it's completely wrong that the police, instead of rescuing children from situations of criminal exploitation, can then send them back into dangerous situations to work for them as undercover spies. And it's not enough to say that obviously they give loads of good intelligence and so on. What I have seen over many years of watching undercover police is that they suffer trauma, they suffer extremely miserable lives, and they come out with all sorts of PTSD from those situations where they go undercover. It's very hard to be a different person day after day after day with potentially some very dangerous people. And so if it can happen to trained police officers, how much worse is it for young children who have to do that sort of thing? They have to lie to all their compatriots. They have to cover up the meetings with their handlers and that sort of thing. It is exceptionally nasty. And I do wish the Met Police would actually understand that it is a wrong and illegal thing to do. They call them juvenile CHIS. So juvenile covert human intelligence sources. And it sort of neutralises the moral outrage because nobody really understands what they are. But it is, by definition, child criminal exploitation. And I hope if we could put the definition on the statute books, that we would actually be one step closer to ending this vile practice that is undertaken by our own police and our government.